Right now, Queen Elizabeth is under medical supervision, and her doctors are concerned what palace officials are saying. Also, a 19-year-old is in custody after going on a shooting rampage in Memphis, killing multiple people. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. We'll get to those stories in just a bit, but we begin with two people getting arrested in Sun Prairie after a police chase that started with multiple reports of gunshots last night. The Sun Prairie Police Department says it first received the reports of gunshots shortly after 8 p.m. in the area of Park Circle and West Main Street. The department says officers started to chase a vehicle that was seen leaving the area shortly after the gunshots. Police chased the car into the village of Windsor, where it drove into a cornfield near Windsor Road and Portage Road. Two people got out of the car and tried to run away, but their police did not provide any additional information about the incident. A Wisconsin prison inmate has been charged with first-degree murder in the 37-year-old cold case. Donald Mayer, now 60, was charged in the 1985 slaying of 28-year-old Benny Scruggs. Scruggs was found stabbed to death in his bed in his Wisconsin Rapids home. Mayer is serving a 15-year prison term for 6 counts of stalking in an unrelated case. A criminal complaint charged him in Scruggs' death, said that he confessed it to fellow inmates, and also said he was having an affair with Scruggs' wife. A farmer in western Wisconsin is dealing with a big loss after a turkey barn caught fire. It happened at the Weltzine Farms in Galesville. Fire crews found the fire in the shop section of the barn. The north and south ends of the barn that housed more than 19,000 turkeys sustained no fire damage, but there was smoke damage on those ends. The owner says everything is still working. Investigators say the fire does not appear to be suspicious. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Barnhart has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Another warm day out there.
It is a warm day, actually. If you look at right now, the dew point actually has come up to 65, so it's a little muggy for even early September. I guess the winds have turned around to the south-southwest like we expected, and we still have some fair weather queue after we had some morning fog once again in the area. Visible satellite is showing that cumulus field developing once again, but you have clouds to the north, which are that advancing system. And there's some other thing in there you can kind of faintly see is that haze. We'll get that in a moment to kind of show you what that haze is kind of right now. Overall, locally, you see just a few cumulus clouds. Temperatures up to 83 degrees at Lone Rock, 79 in Madison. Overall, we're pretty around the upper 70s to around 80 on our way up to about 82 to 83 degrees. So we'll climb up there. We'll be in the 80s all the way through 6 p.m. Sunny skies, a few cumulus clouds out there. And overall, looking ahead, the things that you will notice outside right now and probably for the next 2 days is haze. And we have showers maybe for the Badger game and a wet Sunday, heavy rainfall. I'll give you an update on all 3 of those here in a little bit.
All right, Greg, thank you. There are deep worries today about the health of Britain's Queen Elizabeth. Palace officials say doctors are concerned for the 96-year-old's health. CBS's Ian Lee has the latest from London.
Doctors are keeping a close eye on Queen Elizabeth at her castle in Scotland. Palace officials released a stark statement about the 96-year-old's health, saying, following further evaluation this morning, the Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health and have recommended she remain under medical supervision. The Queen's son and heir to the throne, Prince Charles, along with her grandson, Prince William, have both traveled to be with her. We last saw Queen Elizabeth on Tuesday. Pictures show her appointing Britain's new Prime Minister, Liz Truss. For the first time in her reign, Queen Elizabeth didn't hold the ceremony here at Buckingham Palace, as she's been having difficulty getting around. The country held big celebrations this summer as the Queen marked 70 years on the throne. Now, the nation waits for word on the health of the only monarch most have ever known.
I wish she recovers.
I know she's in very good health, and I just wish she'd end her days in peace.
Queen Elizabeth canceled a virtual government meeting yesterday after advice from her doctors. Palace aides say the monarch remains comfortable at Balmoral Castle. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
The Archbishop of Canterbury says the prayers of the nation are with the Queen, and the UK's Prime Minister and many others have sent messages of support. After After an hours-long search, police in Tennessee have arrested a 19-year-old suspected of killing at least 4 people during a shooting rampage in Memphis. Police say the rampage began at 12:56 a.m. Wednesday and continued throughout the afternoon and evening. The shootings happened in at least 7 locations and included at least 2 carjackings. Disturbing video, apparently taken by the gunman, captured him seemingly shooting people at random. The pursuit ended when he crashed his car near a sports complex. He surrendered after a brief standoff.
Many families will never, ever get over the horrific violence that we saw that one individual inflicted on this city tonight.
Investigators say the gunman has a criminal history that dates back to 2020, including charges of attempted first-degree murder. He was released from prison this past March after serving 11 months of a 3-year prison sentence for aggravated assault. We're learning new details in the killing of a Las Vegas journalist. An elected official is now in custody on suspicion of murder. Robert Tellis was wheeled out of his home on a stretcher with self-inflicted wounds last night. His arrest came days after the stabbing death of investigative reporter Jeff Garman, and hours after Las Vegas police executed a search warrant at his home in connection with the case. Tellis had been the suspect of a newspaper investigation spearheaded by Garman in May, describing allegations of emotional stress, bullying, and favoritism in the public administration's office. That story included further allegations that Tellis had an inappropriate relationship with one of his staffers. As Tellis appeared poised to lose his re-election bid in June, he appeared to go after Garman on social media. Steve Bannon, a longtime ally of former President Trump, has turned himself in on money laundering charges in New York. Prosecutors allege he was the architect of a multi-million-dollar scheme to defraud thousands of donors who wanted to build a wall along the U.S. border with Mexico. The Justice Department alleged Bannon personally received more than $1 million from the operation, but Trump pardoned him on his last day in office. Next month, Bannon will also be sentenced after being convicted of contempt of Congress for refusing to cooperate with the January 6th committee investigating the January 6th riots. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Another popular movie theater chain is closing its doors for good. Details coming up in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Dear Senator Johnson, living on a fixed income, it's a struggle. I paid into Social Security and Medicare every paycheck. So it was a slap in the face when you voted to weaken Medicare. That would increase out-of-pocket costs. And when you wanted to let Wall Street gamble with Social Security. Senator Johnson, you look out for yourself and your fat cat donors, but have forgotten about us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
The Labor Day sale at Steinhoffel's Furniture and Mattress Superstores has been extended. Start with store-wide savings of 35 to 85%. Plus, take advantage of tons of bonus buys and get big savings on all the best brands of mattresses. Save up to $600 on a Beauty Rest Black mattress, or save up to $500 on a Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress. And with Steinhoffel's special financing, your purchase just got more affordable. Shop now in-store and online at steinhoffels.com.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming, so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
Habitat families build their own homes alongside volunteers, pay an affordable mortgage, and are grateful for your help. With safe and permanent housing, Dane County families can invest more in their health, education, community, and beyond. Please donate or volunteer today.
Need
to update your furniture? Menards is your one-stop shop with all of the latest furniture styles at the lowest prices. Plus, a great selection in stock ready to take home today. So go ahead, relax in a recliner, get cozy in a love seat, or simply unwind with a comfy sofa. Need more seats? We've got sectionals too. Get 11% off on your new furniture set now at Menards. Hurry in. These deals won't last long.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Apple unveiled its new iPhone 14 models, AirPods, and watch lineups at the company's first in-person product launch event in 3 years. Apple says iPhone 14 prices, starting at $799, will remain the same as last year's iPhone 13. The new products bring modest upgrades, including improved battery life and a 48-megapixel camera. The new phones will also be able to send emergency messages by satellite in areas that have no cell service. Movie theater operator Cineworld Group has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in the U.S. The UK-based company, which operates about 500 Regal cinemas in the U.S., is saddled with billions of dollars in debt and faces weaker than expected attendance as moviegoers return after pandemic lockdowns. The company says it plans to operate its global businesses and theaters as usual and will continue to honor all customer membership programs. And with inflation at 4-decade highs, workers are naturally hoping for as big a pay raise as they can get to keep up with soaring prices. But a Salary.com survey of more than 1,000 companies in diverse sectors conducted this summer finds employers plan to offer an annual raise of 4%. That runs well below the current annual U.S. inflation rate of about 8.5%. That is your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 18 points. The NASDAQ off 31.5. The S&P 500 is down 17. And if you're job searching, you're in luck. Even with recent layoffs in tech and retail, there are still a lot of job openings out there. A hiring spree could be a major factor in more people earning a paycheck and not needing federal assistance. Latest numbers from the Labor Department show first-time claims for unemployment benefits fell by 6,000 last week. That's the lowest it's been in more than 3 months. And there's nothing like starting the day with a big bowl of cereal and water. That's all you need to add to Kellogg's new Insta Bowls, little tubs of cereal with milk powder. Right now, there are 4 to choose from: Frosted Flakes, Raisin Bran Crunch, Fruit Loops, and Apple Jacks. You can find them at Walmart for $1.98 a bowl. Next to noon, Greg is back with the full forecast, plus Pam shares the latest egg numbers. And then today on Live at 4, call in to speak with Zorba Pastor. He answers all medical questions you may have. It's coming up at 4. Stay with us.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, with custom sofas from $8.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
Think crime is bad now? Mandela Barnes would make it worse. Barnes would eliminate cash bail even after the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, supports amnesty and sanctuary cities for illegals, and had worked for a radical group that wants to defund the police. Barnes has a long record of smearing police while spending your tax dollars on security for himself. Mandela Barnes, wrong on crime, dangerous for Wisconsin. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Everything seems to be getting more and more expensive these days. And it's the same for your heating bills. Since it will cost more to heat your home this winter, USA Insulation wants to give you control over your utility bills. Our premium injection foam keeps the cold outside and your warm, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs. Call now before winter and get a $500 early bird discount.
USA Insulation.
Backed by popular demand, Hyvee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hyvee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hyvee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hyvee, you get a 20-cent Hyvee fuel saver.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, with Lazy Boy recliners from $3.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
It's the premier event for sheep raisers and wool producers, and it's right here in the 608. Tomorrow, Josh Sprider learns what the Wisconsin Sheep and Wool Festival is all about.
And will the rain impact your weekend plans? Tune in tomorrow from 4:30 to 7.
Do you remember me? This is the first day of my show. I hope my fans feel on top of the world by the time they leave the Jennifer Hudson show.
Jennifer Hudson, weekdays at 3, starting September 12th. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in with Pam Yankee of the Midwest Farm Report on this Thursday. Summer lingers. The harvest continues.
That's right. That's right. And you saw Josh Sprider going out to Sheep and Wool Festival tomorrow. Hopefully this weekend's going to provide them with beautiful weather. I talked to Bob Black from Columbus, one of the original organizers of the Sheep and Wool Festival that's celebrating 20 years. And he said they've had more interest in that show, more requests for catalogs, more people that want to be involved in fiber arts than they've seen in recent history. So that's a wonderful way to kind of go into the 20th anniversary. Hey, what's not so wonderful, despite this weather that we've got outside right now, I'm encouraging poultry producers to, again, exercise caution and amp up the biosecurity. Ohio, the latest state that's reporting a highly pathogenic avian influenza outbreak, impacted a 3 million bird egg-laying facility. All those birds now being depopulated. There have been other states that have seen highly pathogenic avian influenza, including Indiana, Minnesota, North Dakota. Of course, we had a backyard flock here in Wisconsin that was detected in Washington County. They're even seeing some cases in the West. So again, just want to remind our poultry owners to be careful when it comes to exposure to those wild bird populations. And if you're moving around from one facility to another, make sure that you're always exercising good biosecurity. You know, the past couple of days we've been watching as the cheese prices in Chicago have really been ramping up. Butter following suit. Mike North, one of the primary principals with Everegg out of Platteville, talked with me on my radio show this morning, and he said this is seasonal demand. This is when the retailers are coming to the marketplace to make sure they're going to have enough cheese and butter to make it through the holiday season. He said it's cyclical, it's seasonal, we expect this, and he said it's also an influence on what our Wisconsin cheesemakers can expect as far as specialty cheese prices are concerned. He said, well, it's a high-value product that our Wisconsin cheesemakers bring. They have to start somewhere when it comes to pricing, and those cheese prices in Chicago are kind of where that starts. So already into the seasonal influence. That being said, today barrel cheese dropped just 1/4 cent, $1.93 1/4. 40-pound block cheese stays unchanged at $1.85, and that AA butter, which is right up there, unchanged also, $3.14 3/4 per pound. So again, butter's holding its stake. Time for me and you to start looking for real estate, Mark.
Got to put all that butter somewhere, I guess.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, well, you know, and with holiday baking and all that coming up, you understand why the market's trying to protect and make sure it's got its supplies in play.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Pam.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Here's Greg now with the latest forecast.
Yeah, we're taking a look at visible satellite right now. As you can see, right, the cloud cover coming down. We have a fair little cumulus clouds, but the one thing to note with this is you can kind of see a little faint image out here towards Rapid City, South Dakota, and that is actually the smoke from western forest fires. And the haze outside, which is hard to see on this satellite image, you can actually see it outside. So all these little dots out here of all the active fires that are mostly in northern Idaho, Montana, the ones that are red or blue, those are the bigger ones they're dealing with, but it's continuing to be sending smoke, and we're going to see that come through the next few days through Friday. So that hazy sky you're seeing out there is where that smoke is, which should make some decent type of sunsets coming up here too, so keep in mind of that too. Overall, what we're watching is that front, and obviously the winds ahead of it is helping steering that smoke over in our area. We're going to see the southerly winds start to increase today and then tomorrow as this front slowly kind of sags towards the area. Really the precipitation and the cloud cover is kind of tailing it, so it's going to take its time to get here. And even when it does actually cross into the state, late Friday and Saturday, the precipitation is further back. So as we get closer to Saturday afternoon and evening, that's when the better shot of rain comes in. And whether it impacts the Badger game or not, it's a little bit uncertain, but I do think we'll see some showers, at least in the area, with most of it coming after the game. We're going to see temperatures warm up here, 83, 84 degrees for a lot of the areas with the southerly winds, hazy skies, a few clouds coming in. Tonight, temperatures won't drop off that much. Will probably be mid-60s to low 60s in certain areas, and probably not as much as fog that we've seen in the past few days either. By the time we get to tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures warm up again, but you're going to start seeing high cloud cover start to push in, and then the precipitation will take its time, really more towards Saturday. Like I said, Saturday evening and Saturday night is when we'll start to see that come in. And it could get quite heavy, too, potentially Saturday night into Sunday morning, too. So we're going to keep an eye on that, how much rain we could go. This is kind of an idea of what the rainfall we could get, and this is probably at the high end of it, but we could pick up 1 to 2 inches in certain areas. And based on what we've seen similar events in the past, this is not out of the realm of possibility to get 1 to 2 inches, most of it coming Sunday. So something to keep an eye on. It will be wet, and conditions will stay wet pretty much through Monday and Tuesday, so we're not going to have much of a chance to dry out in these areas. But once we get to next week, it'll cool down, but we do have to get through these 2 days. So it'll be a wet Sunday, but still enjoy the last 2 really mid-August type warm days here. And then we'll obviously switch to wet and then cooler next week, Mark.
All right. Summer hangs on, at least for a little while.
2 more days.
All right, Greg. Thank you. Well, coastal communities around the country are concerned about the rate of beach erosion. Skylar Henry tells us some are worried their roads, businesses, even their homes could wash away with no warning.
In a short amount of time,
this dune just a few weeks ago was out this far. And now it's eroded back and the vegetation is dying.
Erosion along Flagler Beach in Florida has picked up, and it isn't stopping. City Manager William Whitson says he's put out calls for help to truck in more than 1.3 million cubic yards of sand needed to restore parts of the beach that have washed away. What's happening in Flagler isn't an anomaly. Communities up and down the U.S. coasts are watching their beaches disappear, from New Jersey to Hawaii to North Carolina's Outer Banks. Texas A&M University professor Sam Brody sees chronic erosion around the country.
I like to point out that there is not one variable that's causing the erosion problem.
Brody's research shows climate change is one factor, but so is development so close to the water and construction on barrier islands that disrupts the sturdy sand needed to protect the mainland.
The synergy between the two is what worries me over the next couple decades.
While residents and visitors are being asked to stay off the dunes on Flagler Beach to preserve what's left, Whitson says the community needs to identify long-term solutions.
We have city facilities here that have been here 100 years, and we want to keep it that way.
As the tide creeps in, the problem grows, leaving the city and the coast on high alert. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Flagler Beach, Florida.
And there's more to come on News Street Now at noon. Up next, Howard's got a special guest in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Join us today as Grandma Millie shares her secret to making the best apple pie ever. It's quite tasty.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hyvee hot deals are super hot this Friday through Sunday. Our special recipe brats, 8 for only $12. Plus, get a 16-cent fuel saver. And Doritos or Ruffles, only $1.88 each when you buy 2. Check out HyveeDeals.com for more deals.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. And air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. Call today for a free inspection.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry. With honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship, dedicated to being the best. RHD Plumbing now offers complete bathroom and kitchen remodeling, the best plumbers, and everything else you need to finish your dream project. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time with no surprises with the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
Well, what about the windows?
Cross something important off your list. With energy-efficient windows for just $129 a month, now is the perfect time to get your home ready for fall. And keep some cash in your pocket.
Windows for $129 a month and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. Schedule a cleaning today.
Hyvee hot deals are super hot this Friday through Sunday. General Mills family size cereal, only $1.99. That Smart cottage cheese, only 99 cents. And Hyvee one-step potatoes, only 99 cents. Check out HyveeDeals.com for more deals.
I'm so excited because we're launching a new series called Grandma's Best Recipes. And with us today to kick things off is Grandma Millie, who makes a pretty mean apple pie. Welcome, Millie.
Hi, Howie.
How are you?
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for asking me.
You know, your apple pie is really good. Where did you ever learn to make them?
When my kids were little, we lived in a house with 5 apple trees, all different varieties. I never did find out what they were. And every fall, we would the boys would come and pick the apples, and the girls would go in the kitchen and prepare the apples, and we would have a blast making cakes and pies and cookies and you name it.
Tell me, what makes your pie so unique?
The trick is to use an assortment of apples, some tart, some sweet, and they need to be sliced very thin. I always add a little bit of clove to the cinnamon and the nutmeg.
I have to tell you, Millie, this is incredible. And you're right, the mix of all the different apples, along with the spices, and your TLC, of course, makes this amazing. If you'd like the recipe for Grandma Millie's apple pie, of course you can find it on our website. Millie, thanks for sharing your family secret with us.
Oh, Howard, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm glad you're here. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found Grandma Millie's old-fashioned way for you to say,
ooh, it's so good.
All right, it's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. Dane County Humane Society would like you to meet Harley. This 9-year-old beagle mix can be shy when meeting new people, but once comfortable, she's very sweet and well-mannered. Harley enjoys getting pets and going for leisurely walks. This senior gal is looking for a quieter home where she can lounge and snooze until it's time to go outside. If you don't see her in her kennel, she might be chillaxing in a staff member's office, so ask about her in the adoption center. And stop by Mound's Pet Food Warehouse at 2110 Stoughton Road in Madison between 4 and 6 p.m. tomorrow, September 9th, to meet animals available for adoption. Follow the Humane Society on Facebook for updates on which animals will be attending the adoption event. And last week's pet, Moxie the cat, has been adopted, and Beverly the rabbit, featured 2 weeks ago, is still available for adoption. If you're interested in adopting Harley, Beverly, or checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. And here's Greg with one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we're going to have good conditions the next 2 days, so let's take a look at what the rain chances come in, because that's going to be the big story as we head into the weekend. So Saturday night, Sunday could be a good washout, and then lingering into Monday. So weekend activities on Sunday definitely could be impacted as it goes. To the 10-day forecast, once we get past Sunday, we have Monday and Tuesday with some leftover showers, but then we cool off, and unsettled conditions may continue into next weekend. But enjoying the last 2 days here, prepare for a wet Sunday and then cooler next week, Mark. So.
And the Badger game was still up in the air, but probably
it's still
dry.
up in the air. We could see a shower, but the heavier rain definitely will wait till after the game.
Okay, watch the Packers on Sunday inside. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4. Have a great afternoon.